Welcome all to the latest episode of RetroGamerNation. Today we're going to have a bit of a playthrough of two Commodore 64 games that I've recently picked up that are not new titles but were released within the past decade. Trance Sector and Super Culling the Spider. So let's take a look at Trance Sector first. This game is coded by Richard Bayless from T&D fame, and according to the back cover of the cassette version, our job is to guide a ship around 32 floors of the Trance Sector and pick up all of the nuclear pods stored there. Okay, sounds simple enough. I quite like the look of the loading screen, and we can hear Richard's trademark pulsating techno-trance style music playing in the background, which I expect will be playing throughout the whole game. The Cytronic physical releases always come with digital copies of the game, and here I have loaded up the disc version, which is presenting me with three options: an easy mode, a challenge mode, and access to a music demo. Well, I'm going to give the easy mode a go here. So the game goes off to do a bit more loading, and finally we get the game's title screen. Okay, let's start playing. Alright, well, moving the ship around feels quite fluid, and I can see that there is a bonus ball moving around the screen for me to collect. It looks like collecting the bonus letters will light up the word extra at the top of the screen, which I presume will give me an extra life when they are all collected. Well, obviously I need to be more careful when chasing the bonus balls to make sure I don't run into the enemy. On to the next level, and what becomes clearly evident is that Bayless has spent the effort to make their enemy AI sophisticated enough in that they kind of team up to hone in on you. Not sure of the enemy hit detection there. I'm sure I timed my run to let the enemy patrol to just pass by me. Well, that hit was quite certain. Despite there only being 4 enemy patrol ships, the way they work together and the pace of the game does pose a bit of a challenge for me. Got sucked in again chasing the bonus ball, and it's game over. So we have a high score table, which is always a nice touch, but I just wish that I could enter my name by using the keyboard instead of having to use the cumbersome joystick method. I quite enjoyed my first go at the game, so I'm going to give it another go to see if I can do better. Alright, I'm doing a bit better this time around. The game feels great when you get the flow going and you have the music beat going on in the background, which feels perfect for this game. Got trapped by 3 enemies there. I'm quite enjoying this game. It's not easy by any means, but I think the trick to it seems to be not to panic and not to rush your way forward. You've constantly got to keep track of the 4 enemy patrols to know where their positions are so you can safely map your path forward. I'm sure that patrol ship missed me there as well. So if I could fault the game in any way, then it would have to do with the hit detection not being as precise as it should be for a fast-paced game like this. Well, I did a little better there, but I'm going to need a lot more practice to get anywhere close to completing the 32 levels. But I do like Trance Sector, so I'll definitely be spending some more time with the game. Though Bayless likes to concentrate on creating shoot-em-ups for the C64, I think he does his best work when he moves away from the genre. Now let's move on to Super Culling the Spider. How good is this loading screen? And listen to that backing music. Apparently, the bitmap is by Robin Levy, who is known for his graphics for some great C64 games such as Armalite, Last Ninja 3 and Turbocharge. Super Culling the Spider is coded by Joe Dixon, and our aim is to take control of our little spider and help him reclaim the lost Rockwood diamonds across 26 different levels. As we get to the menu screen, we can see that the game seems to utilise a password system and provides different difficulty settings. We'll stick with the easy setting again to start off with. Well, I don't know about you, but I really like this mini type aesthetic. There's something about this display style I really enjoy. Moving the spider character around feels very good. Controls are very responsive. To be honest, I'm quite surprised already. Based off the screenshots of the games, I was expecting just your typical platformer. I'm assuming these pointy things at the bottom are to be avoided. Whoops, okay, so those black platforms are kind of like trampolines that give you the ability to reach up very high platforms. Let's give it another go, but this time I should wait for the enemy to be well clear of the trampoline area. There are a couple of apples for me to collect as well on this level. And collecting the heart gives an extra life. Great. The jumping mechanism is so well executed in this game, it really makes it stand out from your typical platformer. So far so good. First 3 levels not too challenging. When you first start out on a screen like this, it's a little difficult to see where your spider is, as you are the same colour and size as the diamonds. Another level completed. Okay, I can see I need to be careful with this level as there are a few trampolines around. I better time my first jump correctly if I want to avoid losing a life. I've just collected the clock, which I was expecting to freeze just the timer, but it looks like it also freezes the enemies. Ooh, that was a close one. This level has treadmills that I will need to use to my advantage. Ah, got caught out there. Looks like the slow and patient result is not always the best path forward, as enemies do hone in on your position. Okay, I now have to figure out how to squeeze my way up through the small gap after jumping on the trampoline. Here goes nothing. Well, that didn't go to plan. At least I'll respawn in a more favourable position to finish off the level. That trampoline is making it tricky to get to the diamond in the middle. I think I'll go and collect all the others before I try again. Ah, okay. I now see how I can get some of these diamonds located near the trampolines. It's all about the trajectory of the jump. Got it. I just need to wait for the enemy to move around before I finish up collecting the remaining diamonds. Ah, that's right, the password system. So you don't get a password after each level, but only after every 7 or so levels, it looks like. That's okay, much better than not having any password system at all. I suspect that those white diamond shaped items above the treadmill are instant death, so I'll look to avoid them. This layout looks quite interesting. If I'm not careful, I'll get myself in a position that I can't get myself out of. Well, another nice touch, alternating platforms. These are going to be frustrating to navigate through if, like me, your timing is poor. I'm really making this look harder than it is. Come on RGN, get your act together. I can't believe I've wasted so many lives on trying to get through this bit. Okay, finally got past it, but I don't know why I found it so tricky. I'm sure you'll do much better than me at this. Well, here is another level I'm making hard work of. Has the difficulty level ramped up so much, or am I perhaps not constraining enough? Well, despite my efforts in the last couple of levels, that was a really good platformer. The level designs are very well executed and the controls are spot on. I know that I've only just started to play the game, but I think that Super Carling the Spider would have to be a strong contender for my top 10 C64 games released in the 21st century. There you go, I hope you enjoyed taking a look at these two titles with me. Physical editions of both games can be ordered from Cytronic Software, while digital versions are also available via itch.io. Links in the video description. Until next time, bye for now.